What's up, guys? How's it going? And so, title of this video, I think I'm gonna title it just a breakdown of my business, the revenue, stuff like that. If you don't know, my name's Josiah. I'm 17 years old. For the past year, I have worked for a home service company doing pressure washing, window cleaning, gutter cleaning, solar cleaning, basically all exterior cleaning services. I've worked for them for about a year. And so I've leveled my way up within that company. And so about 19 days ago, I stopped working with that company. And so for the past 19 days, I've been building up my own home service business. And so I just want to break that down for you guys, and maybe that gives you a little bit of inspiration if you're looking to start your own and stuff like that. So as far as in the past 19 days, what I've been doing, the total revenue in the past 19 days is $1,910. I'll break that down in a bit just so you can see where that money came from. And as far as what we got done in the past 19 days is basically obviously went and got a LLC set up. The name of my company is Elevate Exteriors LLC. And so I was researching for a bit. I had some people tell me, go with the S Corp or C Corp, whatever that was. And so I ended up just going with the LLC. So name of my company, Elevate Exteriors LLC. I'm sure there's people who are gonna tell me in the comments that I should have gone with the S Corp or whatever that is, but we set it up as a LLC. So registered the business and then opened a business bank account. And so as far as opening the business bank account, and so I have a business bank account open with Chase. And so I'm not sure what I can show. I don't know. There's no numbers on this. So I don't think it's bad to show this, and it's inverted, but yeah, you can see it says business debit. That's because I'm under 18, so I can only open a debit card. It's not like I can get a credit card. So that's the only thing that I'm capped with. As far as starting a business, you want to have money to work with. And thankfully, because in the past year, I've obviously, spent a lot of money living my lifestyle. I'm just like my lifestyle. I just like to spend a lot of money, but still I have quite a bit of money just saved into my bank account, which is going to help me a lot. So I'm really thankful to God for being able to give me the wisdom to not spend every single dollar on girls or something like that. But anyways, get set up the business bank account. So then we got insurance. So, as far as the insurance goes, I'm not going to break down my policy. As far as what we pay for insurance, that's going to be about $50 a month for insurance. It was like about a 400 something, almost $500 down payment for the insurance. So not too bad. $50 a month isn't the craziest thing ever. As far as setting up like a CRM system, if you don't know what that means, it's a customer relations management system. Basically getting a software, you're able to schedule jobs, talk to customers, write invoices, write estimates, etc. I ended up going with Housecall Pro. In my opinion, I've used it for the other home service company that I work for. I think it's the best. Obviously there's stuff like Quote IQ, you've got Jobber, stuff like that. In my opinion, I think Housecall is the best to use, and the interface is I just like it the best. So we ended up going with Housecall and opening up that. And so with Housecall, I'm paying around $80 a month for Housecall. And so I'm going to put up on the screen monthly business expenses. But so we got $50 a month for insurance, $80 a month for Housecall. Setting up the business obviously costs money. I'll put up on the screen how much it costs to put up the website, get their website up and running, buy the domain, stuff like that. All that I'll just put up the number of how much it was. And then so let me think, what was I talking about? Set up, then we got everything of that, the CRM software set up, and then I set up a website. The website is, it's pretty simple. It's not anything crazy, just something where you can see all the services, you can fill out a form, you can see about me. I want to work on it a bit more the next couple days, but just, it's there to have it up there. And so as far as now, let's break down the revenue on where that $1,900 came from. The first job that I got was actually from my aunt. She's a property manager. And so the property that she manages, I needed a gutter cleaning. She already had it scheduled out with another guy. But, obviously, maybe she forgot, but I told her, you know, I was starting my own business and I do this for a year, and I ended up, that was the reason where I got insurance so quickly, was because I know that she wanted, if I was going to do that job, she needed for me to have insurance. So that's why I got the insurance set up really quick. It wasn't too hard to get it set up. It was a $500 down payment, $50 a month. And so we got the insurance set up, and the first job was for $793. And so that was for the gutter clean, basically cleaning out gutters, fixing some loose ones, so installing some of those screws, stuff like that. The second one was also from her. It was a $275 gutter clean on another apartment, but it just had gutters in the back, wasn't too crazy. So $275 gutter clean from there. A $62.50 window clean for a storefront, and we're going to be doing them twice a month, so $125 a month from that. So that's going to pay for obviously part of the expenses, which is good. And so after that, those 3 jobs were just kind of pretty well easy given to me. And so the rest of the revenue came in from the past 2 days, of where I went out door knocking into my area and actually did pretty well. So I went out door knocking. I told my friend to come out, and I said, you know, I'll pay you 30% of whatever we get. And so the first, actually we got super grateful, because literally the second door we knocked, it was a $200 gutter clean. We ended up doing that. So that was the first $200 gutter clean. We knocked the rest of the day. Then we went down one of these streets. One of these streets, I actually knocked the full street, got to the end of the street, and got another $175 job for the next day. And so we did that $175 job. And while I was on the roof for that $175 job, the neighbor I heard, he had knocked and she had declined and said no. She ended up coming back and asking, you know, how much is it again, blah, blah, blah. And I told her, you know, like, you know, usually it's this much, but we'll do it for 200. And so I got one for 175, 200. And then, you know, as far as, there was a lady across the street, and she had a gate in front of her house. And for me, it's like door knocking, you kind of want to don't go in people's gates. It could get you into some trouble. But I ended up thinking, you know what, I did it for these 2 neighbors. They probably see me on the roof. So I knocked on the door. I said, hey, did you guys see me on the roof? They're like, yeah. And so I told them about, you know, gutter cleaning services. And they're like, do you have a business card? And I ended up giving them my website, just the QR code of my website. And then as I was finishing up one of the jobs, she came out and she wanted a gutter clean. So she was like, okay, yeah, go for it. So then that was another one for 200. And so basically we got literally 4 gutter cleans in the past 2 days. And so, you know, we basically farmed that money. So 3 of them was actually in one day, and the first one was in the first day. This was basically the cash that we like pulled from literally that one day. And so it was pretty good for my friend, because my friend, you know, I know that I don't think he's ever had a job before. And I've took him out on a couple jobs, you know, before, because this is not the first time I've taken my own work. But and so he made like $200, and so, which was, you know, pretty good between those 2 days, especially because, you know, he's still in person school, so it's not like you know, and it's not like he needs some crazy money. So it was pretty good for him. So yeah, that's the revenue breakdown. Hopefully I didn't miscalculate that. So yeah, this is the revenue. I'll put it on the screen so far what we got. And so as far as the plan for the next couple of days, so today I'm going to be creating a Nextdoor post. Nextdoor is an app where all the neighbors use, and I'm going to be creating a Nextdoor post just saying like, hey, I'm Josiah, I do gutter cleaning, I have insurance, blah, blah, blah. Check out my website, contact me because of the rains that's going to occur this weekend. Something like that. We're going to see what we can get off that. So just as far as now, the plan for what I'm going to do is just, you know, a lot of the, basically for the next couple weeks, revenue is just going to be coming in from door knocking, word of mouth, flyers, stuff like that. A little further in, I'll start putting money into ads. I don't want to put money into ads just yet, just because I don't have a Google for my business set up, and because I only have 5 reviews on Yelp. And so that's why you can see up there, I put up like having 20 Google reviews. And I think you can link Yelp and Google reviews. If I don't, maybe I'm mistaken, you guys can let me know. But yeah, as far as the vision board, you can see up here, we've got We have, you can see that truck up there. It's fully rigged out. I want to rig out my truck. It's gonna cost like 10 grand. We can do it now. I want to do it. I was gonna do it now, but I didn't want to be that deep into it. You know, I wanted to get some reviews first, get some credibility. And so we're not gonna build out a pressure washing system just yet. You know, as soon as like the spring hits, I think we're gonna go for it. But I want to do that. I want to have 13 grand in revenue. This is for the next 3 months. 20 Google reviews, 100 orders per day. I want to set up the Google, Facebook, Nextdoor page. Want to have, so this is for my personal right here, these two. I want to have 9 YouTube videos, so 3 videos a month, and over 300 subscribers. So that's the goal. As far as the next 3 months, just things that we want to look forward to. Pretty easy, pretty attainable. And so, yeah, as far as like money's starting into this business, I don't want to put too much money into it. Within the truck, I've put about, as far as like expenses of what I've spent, I've spent about $300 on the ladder rack, $400 on 28-foot ladder, spent $100 on the 18-foot extendable ladder. I've spent about $200 on just the small amount of equipment that I have in the truck. And then I spent about $1,000 on redoing the suspension, and we put an airbag suspension on there just for when we put the pressure washing stuff on. And so it's an older truck. It's a 2003 Ford Ranger. And so that truck needs to be able to handle like 1,300 pounds. And so we put on airbag suspension on there so that's going to be able to handle that weight. And so, yeah, I mean, that's basically the gist of what's been going on right now. The hardest things so far have been just not being lazy. I mean, just because since I'm not going out and working every day with the company like I used to, it's so hard to like, you know, push myself to every day, like be doing something and not just sitting at home, you know, just basically just, you know, watching YouTube or something. And I have been okay with that. I mean, the work picked up the last 2-3 days just from the door knocking. And so when the flyers come in too, where it's going to be super clutch. And so, yeah, I mean, just want to make sure staying productive, staying positive, staying, you know, persistent with what I'm doing. And I just know, like, literally we pulled in like in the past 2 days, what did I say we did? Alexa, last 2 days we pulled in like 775. Not bad, right? And so I think just off of that's from like door knocking. And so it shouldn't be too hard to just make enough to cover, you know, the expenses for the business and also my personal expenses. As you know, obviously I don't want to be spending too much money like crazy the past couple months, just because I was making upwards 7 to 9 grand a month with the other company. And so doing stuff for them and making that much money, especially at a young age, you know, I was spending crazy amounts, like spending practically all of that money on who knows where, just taking everyone out to eat, paying for everybody. And so switching up to, you know, where now I don't have like a guaranteed income. It's kind of like I basically eat what I kill. Switching up to that has kind of been just the first struggle, just because I know I can't spend that much. You know, I don't want to burn through all the money that I have saved up, because the pressure washing system, I'm gonna need to spend on that is gonna be like 10,000. And so, you know, and then buying the window cleaning equipment, the RO DI tank system, the water fit bowl, that's gonna be like 3 grand. So a bunch of stuff that, you know, it's gonna be a lot of expenses, and I know that I can't be spending like crazy and eating out, you know. And so that's the thing where, like, past couple months I literally ate out every single meal and took people with me. So, you know, I've got to make sure to control that. You know, I have this, because I know I have a spending issue. I like to eat out, like to go out with people, you know. And so just controlling that, making sure we're staying and living within our means. And so that's just going to be the biggest thing, and just kind of trying to hold it down. Especially for this month, it's going to be slow, but as soon as we hit the spring and the summer, we're going to be going absolutely super hard with window cleaning and pressure washing. And then hopefully this winter, we're going to get into some Christmas lights. And so thank you guys for watching this video. It's kind of a quick update. I know I gave you guys a big business spiel. And so if you're young like me and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I think I'll explain a bit more and make some more videos on business. I know, like, if you look at my page, a bunch of my videos is like kind of on self-improvement, kind of on mindset, stuff like that. And I think that, I've made some YouTube shorts and I've talked about money that I've made, and I think it's important to also make some videos on business. And so, yeah, I mean, hopefully this inspires you guys. If you're young, get after it. Especially, bro, like, I can relate to people my age. My first business venture was when I was like 15 years old, selling water at a street fair. And, eventually that grew into a bunch of, failed business models. And so, having that experience just with sales and then going into sales at another company and doing the work. So I think I have a very good setup for right now, as far as, I know how to do the actual work. It's not like, it's not like I'm starting from absolutely zero, because I have money to start. I have my truck, I have the equipment, money for the equipment. I know how to speak to the customers. I know what to talk. I know how to sell the jobs. And so it's not going to be too hard to start. I think that I have a better starting point than a lot of people. But I just got to stay consistent, pretty much. All right, guys. I'm going to see you guys and have a good one. And I'll update you guys soon. All right, later.